Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Body with throat slash found in Linstead. Police have processed a crime scene in Linstead, St. Catherine, where the body of an unidentified man was found on Sunday morning. Information reaching reporters is that the body, which had a throat slash, was found in bushes in an area called Native Farm Yard near the North-South Highway. It is understood that residents stumbled on the body of the now deceased and informed the police. Lawmen who responded saw the body lying on its back with a deep wound to the neck and clad in a white t-shirt, blue jeans pants, grey socks, and white underwear. Police at the scene reported that a pair of white sneakers and in a car door handle, a mat length of black electrical wire with a substance resembling blood and a pool of blood were seen around 8 feet from the body. The body was about 5 feet 8 inches long, with a slim build, black complexion with a short full beard, receding hairline, and appears to be in the late 20s or early 30s. Driver who killed pedestrian along Eastwood Park Road warned for prosecution. The female driver of a delivery truck, which crashed along Eastwood Park Road on Friday, killing a pedestrian and injuring 3 others, including 2 children, have been warned for prosecution. The incident occurred at the Eastwood Park Road and Burlington Avenue intersection. It's reported that a Isuzu box truck was traveling northerly along Eastwood Park Road when, on reaching the intersection, the driver lost control, causing it to mount the roadside. 2 adults and children who were on the sidewalk were hit. The truck also collided with the rear section of a motor car. One of the pedestrians, O'Neill Hamilton, died of his injuries, while the others have been hospitalized in serious condition. SLB's Deputy Executive Director, Charmaine Rose Anderson, has died. The Deputy Executive Director of the Student Loan Bureau SLB, Charmaine Rose Anderson, has died. The agency announced the news in an arbitrary notice in the Sunday Gleaner. It said Rose Anderson's service to the government agency was impactful. Your warm spirit, endearing smile, and vicarious personality have touched our lives in such a special way, the SLB added. There were no further details. The SLB, an agency in the Finance Ministry, offers loans to students to pursue tertiary education studies at approved institutions. Alleged lottery scammer captured in St. Anne. A man said to be a major figure involved in lottery scamming in St. Anne was among 7 suspects detained during a series of police military operations in the parish. The operations were conducted in search of illegal guns and ammunition, dangerous drugs, lottery scamming, wanted persons, and persons of interest. The cops say one of their prime targets, who goes by the alias Chubby, was captured during the operations. A number of cell phones with the personal information and addresses of persons living overseas were seized in the operation. 3 suspects were arrested at a house in Hollywood Stairtown in possession of cellular phones with the identity information and addresses of persons living overseas. The 3 have since been charged with identity theft and lottery scamming. The other suspects are being investigated by the Lottery Scam Task Force. Police Federation criticizes government for failing to provide necessary crime-fighting resources. The Jamaica Police Federation has again criticized the government for what it has described as its failure to provide the necessary resources needed for the police to carry out their duties. Chairman of the Federation, Corporal Will James, raised concern about the issue while speaking at the Thanksgiving service for Corporal Oliver Mullins on November 27. Corporal Mullins was shot and killed while on duty in West Kingston on October 20. While making his tribute, the Police Federation chairman said Corporal Mullins could have been alive today if the government had provided the necessary crime-fighting resources. He said Corporal Mullins was a good member of the police force.
Our colleague Constable Oliver Mullins could have been alive today if the government of Jamaica had taken appropriate action to resource us. 1, they know that the environs has changed. They know that criminal elements have ramped up their artilleries. But guess what? They continue to produce police officers and send us out, not even with the basic amenities, uniform, ballistic vest, ballistic shields. Come on, Jamaica. Come on, Jamaica. Oliver Mullins served this country with pride, humility, and compassion. He touched lives. All we are simply saying to our employer, the government, provide us with the resources that we can stir response to duty's call.
2 suspects charged in Manchester shop robbery. 2 men have been charged with shop breaking and larceny after over $2 million in products were stolen from businesses in Front District and Spall in Manchester. They are 39-year-old Daniel Grant, a labourer of Stratton District in Manchester, and 34-year-old Ryan Parker, also a labourer of Somerset District in the parish. Reports from the Mandeville Police are that on Sunday, August 28, 2022, about 9 p.m., the complainant locked up the establishment. Upon his return, he discovered that the suspects had cut off the padlock to the front door and stole 3 poker boxes with an estimated value of $700,000, assorted liquor, and cash amounting to $12,000. Additionally, around 7:45 p.m. on Sunday, October 2, 2022, the complainant returned and discovered that the padlock to the inside door of her shop were missing. Checks revealed that several items were stolen, including 4 poker boxes valued at over $2 million, 2 quarts of white rum, and 4 boxes of cigarettes. Following investigative leads, both suspects were apprehended in Spall in Manchester and were subsequently charged. Their court dates are being finalized. Psychologist says Jamaica's crime problem should be treated as a public health crisis. Psychologist Dr. Lichim Simaji says Jamaica's crime problem is a public health epidemic and should be treated as you would treat any disease. Dr. Simaji says reducing the crime rate cannot be treated by one broad approach, but a series of small targets method to better tackle the side effects created by the rising crime rate. The same way you treat disease, you look at causality, you look at how it is spreading, and you look at patient zero. It's not the vaccine that actually ends the virus, it's the spread. It is how to contain it and cut down the spread. Dr. Simaji said steps such as modernizing police force to use various methods of surveillance in addition to improving the court system should be adopted. He also contends that sometimes the tribunal nature of our political culture often limits the approaches taken by the government, thereby limiting collaboration with important stakeholders. He says without this collaboration, a reduction in the crime rate will never materialize. He was speaking with reporters earlier yesterday. PM says government may declare another SOE if public safety is threatened. Prime Minister Anthony Holness said there is a discussion within his cabinet about the calling of another state of emergency. On Friday, the proposed extension to the current state of emergency was not approved, with the government not securing the majority vote in the Senate as it did in the House of Representatives last Tuesday. The Prime Minister says if his government sees a need for the security measure, that decision will be made. That has to be considered carefully, and would say it is not off the table, but we will consider it very carefully. He was speaking at a Jamaica Labour Party Central Executive meeting on Sunday morning. NSWA to start major cleanup campaign this week. The National Solid Waste Management Authority NSWMA is to commence an island-wide cleanup campaign this week. This was disclosed by NSWMA Chairman Dennis Strong. He says the NSWMA fleet has received a major boost with the recent arrival of 50 new garbage trucks, and they will be in operation by the end of the month. Mr. Chuck adds that the agency will be targeting a number of mini dumps spread across the country. According to him, tougher laws are in the pipeline to deal with persons creating illegal dump sites. Please remember to subscribe, like,